my name is Lauren Clifford, and I will be reporting the assessment results for Rebecca Nearson. There were some concerns in her academics and cognitive abilities and fine motor skills, and we were able to assess these and get a better idea of where Rebecca falls with her same age peers. So the first assessment that was done is called the Developmental Assessment of Young Children, DAYC2 for short. This is a cognitive assessment. It assesses the following domains: cognition, communication, social emotional development, physical development, and adaptive behavior. And this is done for children from birth through age 5 years and 11 months. The information is obtained through observation, interviews of caregivers, and direct assessment. This measures memory, planning, decision-making, and discrimination. Her results are as follows. Her raw score is 40. Her standard deviation from mean is negative 2.67. Her standard score is 60. Percentile rank is 0.4. And this descriptive term is very poor. So what this means is I have a little graph here. This is where the average student falls at their age. What we're looking at here is Rebecca is far below average, and we want her up here. So this shows that there are cognitive delays, and that assessment does show that she needs assistance and extra help in that category of cognitive. The next assessment that was done was for academics. It's called the Bracken Basic Concept Scale. And there's 5 subtests. And these subtests include colors, letters, numbers, counting, sizes, comparison, and shapes. This test can be administered to children ages 3 and 0 months through 6 years, 11 months. This assesses the basic concepts of students and what they should know before coming into kindergarten. Her results are as followed. Her raw score was 19. Her standard deviation from mean is negative 2.2. Her standard score is 67. Percentile rank first, and descriptive term very delayed. So if we go back to this, we see here, remember that average is up here. That's where children her age fall. And again, she is delayed. So she's behind the students of her age, and she's far below average. And we just want to get her there. So she does need assistance and special education services in the area of all academics. I will say on this assessment, there were some strengths. She knew some of her shapes. She knew some of her colors. She was able to count some objects. So this assessment really shows what she can do and what she knows. In comparison to same aged peers, she falls below. The last thing that was assessed is another developmental assessment of young children, but this was for physical development and observation. This is an assessment from birth to age 5 and 11 months. These domains that are tested are cognition, communication, social emotional development, physical development, and adaptive behavior. Each of these domains can be assessed independently. The DAYC2 motor domain was used to measure motor skills gathered through observation and parent report. I will report her scores and then go over what I've noticed in the classroom, some observations. Her fine motor skill raw score is 20, standard deviation from mean is negative 2.8, percentile rank 0.3, standard score 58, descriptive term very poor. Her gross motor, raw score 44, standard deviation from mean negative 1.33, percentile rank 9th, standard score 60, descriptive term below average. Physical development. There was no raw score for this. Standard deviation from mean is negative 2.07, percentile 2nd, standard score 69, descriptive term very poor. So if we look back at her chart, all her scores in fine motor, gross motor, and physical development are either below average or even further on there. So compared to same age peers, her age, she is behind them. Some things I've noticed in the classroom is how she holds a pencil is very concerning. We want to make sure that she's holding it correctly. She does have special grips, and that seems to be helping, but this will help her get that motion down with writing and write a little bit harder. She tends to write pretty soft. Some things she did really well. She follows directions super well. She was able to do some of the activities and do a circular motion, a vertical motion, and a horizontal stroke, so that was great to see. When she's drawing or writing, she likes to hold her paper. So we want to make sure she has it on the ground and she can really start writing with that. As for academics, she has improved since these assessments were done a while ago. Based on my observations, is she knows all of her shapes now, she knows her colors, she knows a good majority of her letter names and sounds. She's been working on writing her name. At this time, she cannot write it on her own, and writing just seems an area where she isn't the biggest fan of. She'll whine or cry when she has to write, but we just encourage her and tell her to keep going and tell her that she can do this. In math, she can count from 1 to 20 and backwards from 20 to 1. And she can count objects, she can sort numbers, so she is working really hard. As for behaviors, we've already seen a huge improvement from the beginning of the year. I want to thank parents for that. You guys have been a huge help supporting her and making sure that she's doing her job at home as well. So thank you.